During the Easter break, I had cause to visit a friend in his farm, and we got talking about the challenges that small-time farmers are facing, farmers like him and myself. And of course, the issue went this way. We started talking about the problems of theft in the farms. On the road to Kaduna, from Abuja, where I have my farm, I've seen so many farms close their gates, sent away all the workers because of the pilfering, not just pilfering, the massive theft that was going on. As a matter of fact, some people even had heavy equipment like tractors being taken away. I had the misfortune of having my 15 kVA generator taken away on a night that I had 2 security companies with 10 workers in the farm taking care of the security of the farm. As I narrated the challenges I had, my friend laughed and told me about the experience he had. One day in the farm, through the CCTV camera, they saw someone taking his cows away. He called the manager to find out from him what was happening to the cows. Behold, it was a staff of the farm who had brought in a truck in the open day, in the daytime, to take away the cows that he had without permission. I've had some other farmers, small-time farmers, who have faced the challenges of their products being taken away, start pilfering the farm inputs, taking away the products, not doing their work, and even when the produce is ready for the market, they connive with marketers to take away the goods. And so far, hardly any person that I know who has established a farm has reported that he is making money from it. But that is not all. At one point, we decided to find out from the workers, some of the workers, why things were happening the way they are happening. The constant refrain was that because we are politically exposed persons, we must have stolen the money, so they were only taking their own share of the money. That is the attitude of the ordinary person to any business that any person, especially those who are politically exposed, are undertaking. But do you blame them? The stories about corruption in high places are so bad, so crude, so heart-rending, that it's hard for anyone to believe that you that has been in political office has not also stolen whatever resources that you have. Of course, the theft at the official level is so bad that even former presidents of the Federal Republic of Nigeria have gone out several times to tell the world that Nigeria is a corrupt place. Indeed, so bad has the challenge been that several companies have pulled out of Nigeria. Companies that complain that it is hard to do business within Nigeria. And their complaint is that when you set up a restaurant, the workers working in the restaurants have a restaurant within your restaurant. When you set up a bar, the workers in the bar have their bar within your bar. They could bring in their products, sell their products, and leave your own as unsold. A friend of mine started a restaurant somewhere in the outskirts of Abuja, and he had to close it down after a few months. Within the period that it was closed down, he went back to discover that the motors, the compressors of the fridges and coolers that he had in that location had all been taken away. I'm reminded of a very sad experience where somebody I know closed down his guest house to enable him do some repairs or take stock. A few months after, he went back to check, and he discovered that all the television sets that were placed in the hotel rooms had been taken away by the security that he was paying and hoping that they would keep an eye on the products that he had in the hotel. The television sets were replaced with disused computer screens that were found in repair shops. It was when he was about to reopen the hotel that he discovered that almost all the television sets had been replaced by the security that he trusted. And so this corruption that we talk about is not just about people in high places. It is about people at the lowest, at the middle, and at the highest level of this country. And it's sad because it is worsening, and worsening in a manner that we cannot tell how it's going to end. For instance, it's common these days to read newspapers and see that brothers sell their brothers to ritualists. We read the story not long ago about a young boy who went to bury his younger brother alive. We've heard of children slaughtering their mothers or grandmothers for rituals. We've heard of kids and teenagers kidnapping, sometimes kidnapping their relations. We've heard about, and we see, the kids that come to do kidnapping. They are so young, they are so poor, you could say, but in their mind, that is what they need to do to survive. In the mind of the politicians too, in the mind of the big people, that is what they claim they need to do to survive in the political field. If you look at our politicians today, our politicians have become truce breakers. Truce breakers, for those who read the King James Version of the Bible, are people that cannot keep to their words. People that tell you this is what they want to do, and the very next day, the very next moment, they are doing the direct opposite. And that is why you will see that they keep shifting the old boundary stone. If they make a promise to you today that this is what is going to happen, and you believe them and plan on the basis of that, you may end up killing yourself because they are unlikely to fulfill that. Even if there is a law saying that that is how they should behave, they will prefer to break the law and do as they wish because they think that that is the way that they need to go. Arguably, Nigeria is one of the most religious countries in the world. So statistics developed by some agencies in the West have claimed. But Nigeria still appears on the list of the most corrupt countries in the world. Nigerians are religious, both Muslims and Christians. But Nigeria is one of the most terrorized places on the surface of the earth today. So much killings, so much kidnapping. And the people are kidnapped for money. Why is this so? Why are we the way we are? The problem, in my thinking, is that Nigeria has lost what we call morality. We are now in an amoral society, a society that does not recognize right or wrong, a society where there is no black and white as far as affairs of human beings are concerned. A society where everything and anything goes. A society where you don't need to believe in anything but yourself and what you think is your interest. And of course, that is what a lawless society is. And that is the stage which man, according to some theories about the evolution of human society, about the political society, that is how society, that's what society emerged from. And every law is based on some form of morality. The basis of law is morality. And most of the codified law today around the world are based on codes such as do unto others what you want them to do unto you. Some moral codes that respects other people and respects the collective good of the whole society. And morality also finds expression in how people relate with one another. But in the animal kingdom, if you watch what the lions do to lions in the wild or do to other animals, that appears to be the way the Nigerian society is headed. Everyone unto himself and God for us all. If you find anyone that you can kill and eat, you kill and eat. If you find anyone that you are stronger than, do anything you want to do. There is no law, there is nothing that can stop you from doing that which you want to do. And it finds, this lawlessness finds its expression too in governance. Once you are in power, you do as you wish. You are above the law. You are above the collective will and desires of other people. You turn yourself to be the people, and it's what you want that you simply do. Complete opposite of what a lawful society should be. Society emerged from a system where life, according to some historians or political scientists, life was brutish and short because every man was unto himself. Then society, according to these theories, got together, accepted some moral codes, and gave the power to enforce to an institution called government. That government was for everybody, and anyone that did not follow the law was supposed to be penalized by the government, which was acting on behalf of all the people. That is how law enforcement came into being. That is how the means of coercion, the instruments of violence were put in the hands of the state, because the state was supposed to be above all to ensure that everybody was treated equitably and equally. And that is where we have missed it in Nigeria. And the fact that you have people at the highest level believing that whatever they do goes, gives license to the ones under them, the ones below them, even to the lowest level, to do as they wish for their interest. And so we have created, or we are creating, a lawless society that in the next few years it may become ungovernable, very violent, and may implode in such a bad state that nobody's wealth or resources will be able to keep him safe. This is the warning that we need to have. This is the warning that we need to give ourselves, that we need to go back and look at it. Every person has to be involved. If we don't change the course, the ship will wreck so badly that nobody can say for now what is going to happen. The international system was very lawless like that too. So many wars, so many destruction and killings, until an international order was established, which has given us the longest peace in human history that the world has known, where wars almost came to an end. Finally, it is my opinion that there is the urgent need for us to go back to the basic. What is holding us down in this country is not insecurity, because we are breeding, we are growing the insecurity that we have in this country. We are growing the poverty. We are growing the lack of love. We are growing the things that's keeping this country down. And we need to wake up from that. My name is Romande Shawulu. This is the other side. What do you think we need to change the story of Nigeria? I would like to have your comments